Let's be real, playing high school sports can take up a lot of your time. It feels like all you're doing is competing and practicing every single day. It may feel impossible for you to be an athlete and have good grades, but that's simply not the case, and let me tell you why. Number 1, improved concentration. Physical activity like high school sports has been known to improve concentration in students. If you need an example of good concentration, look at LeBron James. At the age of just 15, he was known as a basketball phenom. At the age of 16, he was on the cover of Sports Illustrated, and at 17, he was on ESPN playing national televised games. How crazy is that? If you think about it, it would be so easy to choke in these moments, but LeBron has had laser focus on his goals and what he wants to accomplish, and he is now one of the greatest basketball players of all time. By exercising regularly, the brain releases chemicals that better supports memory, concentration, and mental sharpness. As an athlete, you gotta focus on the task at hand. It's only natural that it translates to the classroom and you focus on your studies. Back in high school, I played both tennis and basketball, but let me talk about tennis real quick. When you play tennis, if you're playing singles, you're gonna be out there all alone by yourself, and occasionally people will be rooting for you, but that's not really the type of atmosphere. At this point, some matches can last 2 to 3 hours and maybe even longer if it's a really close match. I personally had a match that was a little over 3 hours, and at the end of those matches, your body is completely fatigued. It's so important that you stay focused on your technique and hitting the ball, and it is super hard, but you gotta stay focused. You know, I didn't even think about it back then, but this 3-hour match probably prepared me to take on the SAT pretty well. The SAT being 3 to 4 hours, and my tennis match being a little over 3 hours too. Stay concentrated, stay focused, and just keep grinding. Between your practices and your games, it may feel impossible to find time to study and do your homework. Since you do have to have good grades to stay on the team, it is super important that you allocate time and be as efficient as possible when studying and finishing homework. If you plan to play sports in college, we recommend that you master these skills as early as possible. Being a student athlete can be really demanding, so make sure that your time management skills are on point. Throughout high school, I played as many sports as I can, with basketball being my favorite. Basketball though was in the winter and tennis was in the spring, but I would try to play basketball year round, which means I joined some rec leagues or played AAU. During the spring though, it was especially hard because I'd be going to school, going to tennis practice or matches right afterwards, and then I'd have my basketball rec leagues right after that. This meant that I didn't have a lot of time to do homework, which means I had to stay up a little bit later or show up early to school and do my work. It's also important though that you get the right amount of sleep, so you want to make sure that your time management skills are on point. For me, I always try to finish all my homework that same night, but if I couldn't, I'd wake up early, go to the library, and finish my work there. Everyone's schedule is different. Try to figure out what yours is and what works best for you. As the saying goes, there's no I in team. Sports will give you the opportunity to work with each other on a daily basis. Even if you don't get along with someone, being on a team kind of forces you to put your differences aside and work together for the betterment of the team. The same principle applies to the classroom when you're working with a partner or in a group project, and you're gonna have to work together and put your differences aside. A great example is the Seattle Seahawks back in 2013 and their amazing defense called the Legion of Boom. During that season, Brandon Browner, Byron Maxwell, Richard Sherman, Earl Thomas, and Cam Chancellor all helped lead the Seattle Seahawks to their first Super Bowl victory. This of course took a lot of pressure off of the offense and always gave them really good field position, which allowed them to focus on their job and score. Being a part of a team means you have to put all of your differences aside and work together for the good of the team. Your ability to work well together with other people will show in the classroom in group projects or partner work. Anywhere you go in life, you're going to want to be a good team member. 4. Handling pressure. Picture this. The game is on the line, you're down by 1, and your teammates are putting all their faith in you to score because this is the final play. There's 2 ways that this is going to go. You're either going to be the hero or you're going to fail miserably. This is your chance to be the hero, but can you handle the pressure? Take Serena Williams for example. Amazing tennis player and a great example of what it means to thrive under pressure. During her career, she has won 23 Grand Slams and has consistently been one of the best players year over year. She's stayed dominant for so long, and it's incredible. You may not be playing in a major tennis tournament like Serena, but you can learn a lot from her. High school sports can make this pressure feel like second nature to you. With every game, you can envision yourself winning, but nerves are gonna start to creep in. Luckily for you, you practice and you're prepared and you know how to calm those nerves and stay concentrated on the task at hand. Since you practice handling pressure in your sport regularly, once test day comes, you can tackle it with confidence. Any lesson that you learn while playing sports can easily be applied to the classroom. This translated for me in the classroom as well when it came to public speaking. Talking in front of your classmates or people that you don't know all too well is super scary, but because you know how to handle pressure, it applies in this case as well. Just know that you came prepared, you practiced all your lines, you know what you're doing, and you're confident in yourself. This same principle applies both in sports and in public speaking or test day. Number 5, Confidence. As a student athlete, you gain confidence in your work. Each season, you're practicing long and hard every single day, and you gain confidence and understand what you're capable of. When others try to test you, you're happy to show off your talent. Not only do you understand yourself in a sport, but you have a lot of self-awareness that other students may not have in the classroom. You know that you're going to ace that test, but you also know when you need to ask for help. It's all about knowing your strengths and weaknesses and playing off those and knowing when to ask for help. Being confident in sports is exactly the same as being confident in the classroom, in your life, career, or wherever else. It's just like Michael Jordan said, being afraid on the court means you're not confident in your skills. And the way to build that confidence is to practice. In terms of the classroom, that means that you're doing your homework, you're studying hard, and you're making sure that you know all of the content. If you think about it like this, homework is your practice to get you ready and confident for your test. That way you can ace it easily. There's some strong wisdom from the GOAT. The more confident you are in your ability to do something, the better you'll do. The more confident you are in your ability, the more you'll strive for success because you know what you're capable of doing. It doesn't matter if it's an upcoming midterm or final, or it's the fourth quarter of a game. As long as you're confident, you're gonna do well. I've played a lot of basketball in my life, and at first I was pretty scared and played very carelessly. It's gonna take a moment, but always remember that you just need to take a second, take a breath, calm down, and remember that you practice a lot and that you're capable of doing this. Back in college, I was playing a lot of rec leagues, and I ended up scoring 40 points in one game. What's amazing is that my team was backing me up this entire time, and they just kept feeding me the ball, telling me just to keep shooting it, which then boosted my confidence even more. Confidence can come from a lot of areas, including the people who are supporting you. All of the practice I was able to get up to this point was due to good time management with practice and basketball and just doing all of my other daily life activities, including school. All of this helped me on the court, but at the end of the day, it also helped me in the classroom. These experiences helped me remember who I am and what I'm capable of doing. It also reminded me that I have teammates and that I'm not alone in anything that I do. I have people who are there to support me and back me up, especially when I'm not feeling confident in myself. While these are some great reasons on why high school sports can make you a better student, there are other ones that you should read about on GetSchooled.com. Some other attributes that we list that you can also translate to the classroom are leadership skills, decision making, sense of community, and how to be critiqued and critique others. Skills like these will help you on and off the court, and we hope that this video motivates you to give them a try. As always, my name is Dot from GetSchooled. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe. Go out there, get active, have fun. Peace out.